I want you guys to stop for a second and ask yourself, why are you still stuck? Why do you keep failing those challenge accounts? Why do accounts that should have grown end up being blown? And why do you keep holding your losing trades, hoping the market will turn in your favor? And if you're honest with yourself, the truth is simple. It's not the market holding you back, it's actually the cycle that you're trapped in, and often it's your own habits keeping you there. And that is the cycle of almost passing challenges, you're blowing accounts, and before you know it, you actually are building habits of over trading, you're doubling down on your positions, you're revenge trading to make it back. And these are the same habits that are keeping you stuck. So one of the most important parts of breaking the cycle is understanding the cycle. You come so close to passing the challenges, but one mistake will set you back. Small losses start to feel huge, and fear keeps you from making the next move. You start holding losing trades too long, hoping the market will turn back in your favor. And now you've actually overtraded to make it back with what you've lost, repeating the same mistakes, right? We're just stuck in the same cycle. And I know this very well because I've actually been there. I know that this cycle can keep you stuck, it keeps you frustrated, and it keeps you far from consistent results. But here's the hard truth. The cycle exists because of how you approach trading. You might have a strategy, a setup you know works, but without a plan, it's absolutely useless. So this is my example of a trading plan versus a trading strategy, okay? Trading plan equals the why, when, and how. A trading strategy is my playbook. It equals the what. So it's the method used to identify my trades, focuses on setups and entries, determines what trades to take. This can be back tested for performance, but a trading plan is my risk management, how much I'm going to be risking per trade, per day, per account, the market conditions when you trade and when you need to take a step back. The trading plan is actually going to provide the structure to maintain consistent growth. So that's why it's super important to not only have a trading strategy, but also a trading plan. And the hardest truth is that we are actually our own obstacles. If you ask yourself, why aren't you where you want to be in your trading? It almost always comes down to ourselves. It's not the charts, it's not the market, it's not the setups, it's actually you. It's your own hesitation, your own fear, your own impatience, your own lack of discipline. So you obviously clicked on the video for a reason, because you are possibly in that cycle or your own obstacle. And if you're tired of losing, or tired of almost passing challenges, or tired of blowing accounts over and over, my mentorship isn't just a course, it's actually a full year one-on-one mentorship where I'm going to teach you my entire trading system. You'll unlock access to all my trading plans, my playbook, my mindset. As you can see here, one of my mentorship students, he literally made $7,200 in a day using this exact strategy and plan. So if you're interested in joining, make sure to click the link in my bio, and I hope to see you in there. A side note, I never want to be one of those mentors who just talk about theory and talk about their trades without showing them what actually happens. So I actually trade live 3 to 4 times a week because I want my students to see the process, not just the wins, but just the patience, the waiting, and the discipline that goes into every trade. And so yeah, this is a trade recap of 2 of my trades today from New York session. It's exactly what I teach in my mentorship. So if you ever wondered what it looks like to trade with a clear plan and clear strategy, this is it. All right, how's it going, guys? Today is Monday, October 27th, and we have had a crazy day on gold, super bearish day, and really great volume. And I took a few trades today, actually, about 4 accounts at around $1,500, $1,600 each. So really awesome day, and I want to go over my trades with you. All right, so on the 4-hour chart here, you can see really clearly that we are in a range-bound conditions on the 4-hour, and pretty much just reacting from, the resistance at the highs and then support at the lows. So this is how the 4-hour candle closed today in New York. And this was a little bit of a indecisive candle, a little bit of a doji candle. But if I drop down to the 1-hour, you can see that we actually closed bullish A2. So I really wanted to see price either come up, take out these highs to the left, and then continue to close lower. And overall, I was still bearish today despite this hourly candle close in the 4-hour because of the overall market structure, until I started to see price actually break structure, closing higher above previous daily low like this. I would maybe have looked for a buy back up towards this high. But as you guys can see, If I am to go down to the 30-minute, took out those highs, and then started to close lower. So at this point, I was looking for continuations back down to the low of this range or even beyond this range. And so here you might even be able to see it better, right? We were retesting lower on the bigger picture here, and then we came up, retested off of the previous daily low. At this point, I'm asking myself, is price going to continue to retest higher here? But as you can see, we grabbed the high there, and then we started to close back lower within this range. So I was looking for sells at this point. Okay, so this is price reacting off of previous daily lows, and I was looking for potentially to grab a sell here with this new 30-minute candle close. You'll see the new 30-minute here opens up, immediately pushes down, filling this range that I really wanted to be targeting, and it has no top wick on it. So that was something I was watching for price to fill. Okay, so I couldn't do anything until price filled this 30-minute wick. Continuously pushes down. As you can see, we actually came into this area here on the 30-minute and 1 hour, and we pretty much grabbed this low and then immediately rejected. So I knew that I had to wait for price to for sure to fill this no wick, because we could see price continuously rip back up here, and I didn't want to get caught selling without a high being put on this 30-minute. So here I think it gets filled, really big volume as you can see. All right, still big volume, possibly retesting higher. All right, so now you can see price has filled that no wick and really not giving me any opportunity to get in at the break of this low. I would have liked to see price possibly like retest like this, and I would have been able to target this low and then maybe even this low. But honestly, price was pushing so fast that I had to wait for the new 5-minute candle. All right, so this is the new 5-minute candle. We closed bearish A2 here below the previous support that we had formed. And I was also looking at the 15-minute, new 15-minute here, closed bearish A2. Really nice. And then this is just an overall continuation of an active 30-minute candle. And I really like this because we had already came up and grabbed a top wick here and started to retest lower. So my conviction for this trade was pretty good. I entered actually right here, put my stop at the high, and I was targeting this 4-hour level just like that. It's actually a little bit lower. And this is the trade. Boom. No FOMO today. It was such a great day. Love these like big volume days where price is just continuously closing lower. I also want to note that this is not a perfect 1-minute close, but what I did really like was price came up, grabbed the high, and then immediately closed back below. And this was not a fully engulfing candle, but it pretty much engulfed the entire high and almost majority of this body candle. And honestly, in the moment, price was pushing so hard and so fast that, you know, it wasn't a perfect 1-minute close, but this was I was willing to risk my trade with my 5-minute highs here and the 15-minute high for my stops. So all I was looking for was price to possibly retest up here. But as you can see, instead, I got it down here. So same idea, just a little bit of a lower execution, but overall really great trade. All right, so this was my second trade of the day, and I actually had to risk a little bit of my profits from the first trade for this second trade, but that's something I don't mind doing when the conditions are nearly perfect for me. As you can see, we actually started to break down this 4-hour level, and this is with a new 1-hour candle. So pretty much new opportunities at every new, higher time frame candle close. And I really like this break and retest off of this 4-hour range low that we've been stuck in for the past week. So this was the 4-hour level that I showed you guys earlier on in this trade recap. And what did we do? Price pretty much, let me go back actually. Check this, like this is nearly perfect, okay? New 1-hour candle here, waiting for like a 5-minute candle below. All right, there we go. We get that 5-minute candle below this 4-hour candle. And now I'm waiting to see, is price gonna retest off of this low to continue lower? And we start to see price breaking this, pretty consolidated range for the past week. We know that there's going to be really, really great volume. So take a look at this 1-minute close I got on the next entry here. that is perfect. If you guys are ever wondering, Ash, what is your A plus 1 minute close? This is it. This is exactly it. Price came up, created a top wick, and immediately after creating that top wick, we close lower, 1 minute close. This is it. So I was in there with the new 5 minute and just overall continuation of the higher time frame. So let's see the trade play out here. Really, really awesome push. There. So yeah, that's the trade there. Second trade of the day. Really, really clean setup. And honestly, absolutely A plus 1 minute entry there. If you guys are ever wondering what is Ash looking for, this is absolutely A plus, right? And you can see how this isn't quite A plus, but still a valid pullback entry because we grab the high and close lower. Same idea here, pullback entry, grab the high, close lower. But yeah, this one is absolutely perfect. So going over this trade, higher time frame, just overall really crazy momentum, super bearish on price. But more so, I was looking at the 5 minute here. So new 5 minute, it was a 5 minute A2. Below the key level, I was looking to have a breakout of, and then immediately getting that breakout, price retests and closes lower. So mostly influenced by this 5 minute A2. Yeah, that was pretty much it. It's kind of crazy to say that I really only had, 1, 2, 3 confluences, but as you can see, multiple time frames aligned. The question wasn't where price is going to go next. We already knew that it was super bearish. The question was more so how are we going to get in? So that's where I got my entry right here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next one.